Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. It's Magic Monday. Welcome in. I want to give people just a few minutes to pop in. It's Magic Monday. We're here every Monday at this time. It's 10:30 Mountain Standard Time and it's December, the first, I think it's the first Monday of December. It wasn't December last Monday. So exciting. We're in our last month of the year. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. Let me know when you tune in, where you're tuning in from. Say hello. Love to see you. Talking about keeping the magic alive, cultivating magic in your everyday life, making the mundane magic is a feat of awareness. It's about staying aware, being knowledgeable about you. It's about knowing yourself and how important that is. And I just finished up before we hopped on here, just finished up an hour-long deep meditation. Deep meditation. Now, I didn't have this planned, but it was what my soul had been calling for me to do. It's like, what would feed cultivating myself, and that can mean also writing content for Sophia Mystery School and High Priestess. But today I was really called to do a meditation. I wanted just to be in meditation and relax. And what I had realized this morning was that I had been being called to that over the weekend. Hello, say hello when you pop in. Let me know you're here. And I didn't allow myself the time for it. And I realized this morning, I was like, oh, I really want to do that meditation. I really want to take the time to just relax and meditate. But I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. There's plenty of things in all of our lives that we could do. And it takes some discipline and self-love to allow ourselves to do what our soul is calling. And here's why it's important. And I coach my clients with this all the time, that if you don't allow yourself the time to do what your soul is calling, then when you do the other things, right, the things that feel like the things that are commitments, then you're not giving yourself, you're not being 100%. You're not 100% of yourself. So there's like gold to dig in this whole piece completely. If you don't allow yourself the time to follow your intuition, right? Megan really talks about the rhythm piece, that you are being called. This morning I was being called to the meditation. So it isn't necessarily how I spend my Monday mornings after 9 a.m. It's not. My self-care happens between 4:30 and 8 a.m., right? And so coming in and doing another meditation could feel extremely like too much, right? Like I'm giving too much, or being irresponsible with my commitments. But instead, I followed that. What happens when you follow that intuition and you follow that rhythm? Number one is you're going to get more downloads, right? Like one step leads to another, and then leads to another, and leads to another. So just as I have shared with you before, I've been led to like, what's my next step in my business? And I was led to read a book. And I'm like, okay, I'll spend 30 minutes reading. And I ended up spending the whole day reading, and then downloading a program, and then watching that program, and getting a whole nother training and getting downloads. Some people think we only get downloads from the heavens. Oh, right? It's just downloaded that way. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's follow the download. Your intuition is leading you to the next thing that opens you up to the next thing. So on this Magic Monday, I'm inviting you to be super aware of what your soul is calling for you. Hey, Gloria, so good to see you here. Thanks for being here. I can always count on you. What is your soul calling for you to do? When you do that, when you trust your intuition, you are claiming your sovereignty as well, right? Because this whole idea of a schedule and obligations, listen to these words: schedule, obligation. Those are very heavy, heavy words. They're not joyful words. They're not free flowing, sovereign words at all. They're not that. So I invite you to reword that. Remember, our words are constantly encoding the field around you to create what you speak of. And allowing yourself the space to follow, even if it means changing things. I changed a meeting this morning so I could have that time. Um, and and allowing it to lead one after the other. So that is your higher self guiding you. How many times? How many times? I would, if I had a dime for every time I've heard this, I would be a multimillionaire. I promise you. I feel disconnected from my intuition. I don't have intuition. Um, I don't trust my intuition. All of those things. I don't feel connected to the divine. That's another one. Well, this is how you connect to the divine, is follow the pullings you get, right? Because our ego mind, our human mind might go, but it's Monday morning, I should do this. It's Monday morning, I should do that. I should do this. I should do that. And our soul is going, but I just want to speak to you. I just want to connect with you. Your soul is going, let's connect, human, right? And when you don't allow that, then you are absolutely not bringing your full self into those commitments. Not obligations, because I talk about all the time eliminating obligations. Do not do anything out of obligation. It robs you and it robs the person that you're doing the thing out of obligation for. So the only things you are doing in your life are your choices. Everything is your choice. And just remembering that. You want to bring 100% of yourself to that. I was talking to a client recently who has a young child, like 1 year old. And she was sharing with me, I don't have time, I only have 2 hours to work on my business a day. And she was imagining that she had to do the things. She had to complete the strategies in order to build her business. And I explained, and I want you to hear this too. If you're not in a good place with yourself, if there's healing that needs to be done, if you have emotions coming up, you must take care of yourself first. Because whatever you're doing, whether it's sending emails, whatever your strategy is, or whatever the thing, the commitment or the obligation you feel you need to do, and it might be around building business or whatever it is, you are encoding your energy into that thing. You are encoding that energy into that thing. So if you're trying to push away the emotions of anger or heartbreak or sadness or fear, and you're not dealing with that stuff, and instead you're just plowing through to do the thing, it's a very masculine way to live, by the way, right? And it's what causes us as women to be burned out. We just plow through. We can do it. We are powerful, powerful people. Don't get me wrong. But it robs you and it robs the people that you're doing the thing for. And suppose, in my business, I may write a lot of emails or write Facebook posts, whatever they are. Um, but if I'm coming from a place, if my emotions are that I've got this thing going on in the back of my mind, I've got this pain going on, I've got this hurt going on, and this worry, then that is encoded into the email that I write. So say you have 2 hours to do your business, right? And this is what I was sharing with my client. First, take care of your emotions. Do the work. Take care of yourself. What we want more than anything from everybody else is to hold us, love us unconditionally, give us their attention and their time, but then we refuse to do it for ourselves. So, do it for yourself first. So if you have 2 hours to work on your business, if it takes an hour and 45 minutes, an hour and 55 minutes, or the entire 2 hours to love and heal and work through those emotions, then that was for your business. Being a clear conduit is a beacon to your ideal clients. It's a beacon to money, right? So I want you to, my point in sharing this with you is ignoring yourself because you have commitments or obligations, or you feel like the doing is more important than taking care of yourself. It's backwards. It's backwards, and you actually waste your time by plowing through. It's so much more energy. It's so much more effort. And I can tell you, even right now, this Magic Monday message is flowing much more freely than I think it would have had I not just spent an hour in my meditation. So I'm already feeling very much, because I didn't come to this live knowing this message was going to be this message. It is flowing through me. So understand that when you don't allow yourself to follow your soul, your higher self is leading you through to the path of least resistance, right? Now I could have resisted, and I did resist sitting down and doing that meditation all weekend long. And today I was like, wait, this is my intuition calling me, because it's very easy just to make a schedule and go through the schedule. And I do recommend, if you're running a business, you do want some structure in your day. If you're very much in the feminine, if you're very much in the spirituality, we can really like go, oh, I don't want structure. I want freedom. But if we're too free, then we may not get anything done. So we're finding that balance in this, balancing the masculine, finding the harmony between the masculine and the feminine. And so my point being, as I get going here, is to listen and allow yourself to follow those inner pullings of your soul. Allow yourself to follow those and trust that you are being called. You may not know consciously. I didn't know consciously, right? It's like, I'm just really called to do this meditation. And it was over an hour. And even then I'm like, an hour, could I do, is there a 20-minute meditation I could find, right? Trying to find all the loopholes. But no, I just said, okay, I'm doing this hour long. I'm giving myself the space. It's going to be okay. And it was fabulous. And I feel amazing. Now I get to journal about the experience, to remind myself what came through and go a little bit deeper. And that brings out more. So remember, you want to be the clearest conduit for everyone in your life, and your higher self is giving you those nudgings, giving you those pullings to invite you in to your next piece. So to keep the magic alive in your life is to not get in a routine, right? It's those ruts and it's those routines. Yes, we want structure, but we want movement and flexibility in that structure, because otherwise it just becomes a rut and we live our lives like robots. And a lot of people are out there living their lives like robots, thinking that something outside of themselves, their job has to change, where they live has to change, so their relationship has to change in order to not live like robots. So you don't have to change anything except what's happening here. Are you following your intuition? Are you allowing yourself the space to take the action immediately, right? Because sometimes we might get a hit, and even like me, right? I had the hit Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today it's like, urge, what would I really want to do? Because what I felt was like, I'm really not feeling excited about this day. And I was like, well, what does my soul want? It's like, oh, that meditation. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I want. And then I still had to work through my resistances around it being an hour long, and it's Monday morning, and how am I going to work this, and when am I going to work it? All of that. So, but as you can tell, my message is flowing so much better than even I expected. And I'm going to allow my day to flow that much better too. I'm getting back into my rhythm, back into my flow, which can get out of sync when we have deadlines and we have lots of appointments, those kinds of things. So bring yourself back, keep the magic alive, by fixing your best drink, your favorite drink, burning some incense, or I've got my diffuser here. Make every moment magical for yourself because you deserve it. So, happy Magic Monday. Tomorrow I've got my manifestation alignment hot seat. What that means is I will be going live with 2 to 3 volunteers to bust through their manifestation. What is it that you want to manifest that you haven't been able to manifest? Let's look at what's blocking you at a subconscious level, tap through it. Let me reframe your perspective of it so you have a perspective of power and you can bust through that upper limit where you believe like I can't go any higher, or that's something I can't manifest. So Tori has shared the application. I only do 3. I go through the applications to choose them. And then if you're chosen, you'll get an email and you will get the Zoom link. And will be live here in the Facebook group tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we'll be doing the tapping for the volunteers. Be sure you can, if you apply, that you can be available tomorrow at that time for about an hour, okay? And those of you that aren't chosen, tune in here live, tap with us, for us, as us, and you are going to bust through your barriers as well. There is no time. We are all one. And as I clear, you clear, and you clear, and I clear, because we're all one. So come together tomorrow and let's do some tapping, and we will clear those obstacles to our pure, free-flowing manifestation. All right, everyone, have a great day. Mwah. See you tomorrow.